Hello dear examiner. Today I'm going to analyze an extract from William Tennessee's A Streetcar Named Desire. A Streetcar Named Desire is a 1947 play written by American playwright Tennessee Williams. This play describes how, after the loss of her family home, Belle Reve, to creditors, Blanche Dubois traveled from the small town of Laurel, Mississippi to the New Orleans, French Quarter to live with her younger married sister Stella and brother-in-law Stanley Kowalski. This extract is the opening scene for the play, and it introduces the audience to the setting and characters for the first time. Below, I will focus my analysis on the depiction of the setting and atmosphere, review of characters' personalities, and relations through actions and figurative language. Here is the first scene of the play, as you can see, and above are the two guiding questions, and I'm going to analyze based on this 40-line extract, as you can see right here. So, the play is set in a two-story white frame, a faded corner building on a streetcar named Elysian Fields, which runs between the train tracks and the river in New Orleans. Williams uses a flexible set so that the audience simultaneously sees the interior and the exterior of the apartment, giving the audience a first impression of the setting of the play. This is important as in Greek methodology, the Elysian Fields are the final resting place of the heroic and virtuous. The street name is both a literal street in New Orleans and a symbolic resting place. Williams romanticizes the neighborhood, using the phrases raffish charm and describing it as white frame, wizard gray with rocky outside stairs and galleries and quaintly ornamented gables. Williams creates a romantic atmosphere, with the constant music giving everything a slightly dreaming quality in a house that is, even though poor, all races and classes are mixed. The atmosphere changes as Stanley bellows to Stella and throws her raw meat, which she catches as she laughs breathlessly. This dramatically changes the romantic atmosphere before and instead sets a tone of commonplace brutality and reality into which the delicate and sensitive Blanche is about to appear. So this is about the general setting, and now I'm going to analyze the characters. This extract firstly introduces the audience to the two main characters of the play, Stanley Kowalski and Stella Kowalski. In the line 24 and 25, Stanley enters the audience's eyes dressed in a blue-colored work clothes and is carrying a rice-stand package. This suggests he is not very high social status and possibly a blue-collar worker. Although Stella Kowalski is different from her husband, within the descriptions, we know that she is a good-natured, though often submissive, wife who was raised on a wealthy southern estate that fell on hard times. She left behind her proper upper-class background and embraced a more hedonistic life with her low-brow husband. And as you can see from here, Stanley's entrance with a package of meat underscores his primitive qualities and also his relationship with Stella. It is as if he were bringing it back to his cave, fresh from the kill. His entrance also underscores the intense sexual bond between him and Stella, which is apparent to the other characters as well. Stanley used catch, as you can see, as he tosses the package. The action which Stanley tosses the package of meat symbolically captures Stanley and Stella's sexual relationship. He holds himself physically at her, and he accepts the delicately. Raw physically loosed forms a vital part of the lifeblood of New Orleans and of the relationship. A moment later after the roll, a Negro woman yells, "Catch what?" Eunice and the Negro woman say something sexual and scandalously hilarious. In Stanley's act of tossing the meat to a breathlessly delighted Stella, this constructs an image of the relationship, which is illustrated further when Stella asks to go to the bowling alley with Stanley and Mish, his best friend. She says, "Can I come watch?" instead of asking whether she can join in. This shows a backseat role in the marriage, as it seems like he is the dominant person between the two of them, which was expected of the marriage in the 1940s. And now I am going to talk about figurative language. Figurative language is largely employed in this extract to better convey the meaning to the audience. The setting on the first page, as you can see, at Elysian Fields. And the Elysian Fields is an irony, as Elysian Fields is a Greek mythology where the hero is sent in heaven. By calling the street Elysian Fields, it's very ironical because New Orleans is nothing like a heaven, as it's run down and weathered. The author uses also repetition of white, symbolizes purity and innocence. However, by using words like faded, it shows how this purity is stained. This could symbolize Blanche and how she is no longer a virgin. Also, contrast is used. Later on, as you can see, when Stanley Kowalski and Stella Kowalski, their description creates a contrasting effect. The word bellowing introduces Stanley as an aggressive character, which contrasts his wife as she is passive, shown in words gentle and mildly. Symbolism is also used to further express Stanley and Stella's relationship. Williams is overly fond of using Freudian sexual symbols. Aside from the use of the raw meat, as you can see from the highlight, the blue, he uses bowling balls and pins and the columns of the Baccalaureate pensionation home as obvious, overt, phallic, and sexual symbols. The fact that Stanley bows suggests symbolically his characteristic of summing everything up in terms of sexuality. So, in conclusion, the extract introduces a whole play with a setting of a typical family in New Orleans. Through portraying the two main characters, Stanley and Stella, as well as using figurative language and symbolism, Tennessee Williams expressed the theme of sexual desire and masculinity versus femininity. I think this opening scene is very vivid and intriguing. It fully immerses readers in the world of this play by using various scene perceptions, which acts as a whole for the general conveying of the thematic idea. So this is my commentary on this extract of Tennessee Williams' The Streetcar Named Desire, and thank you for listening.